right, Jaime Munguia got the win versus Bruno Surace. Bruno Mars had to get knocked out in the 6th round. It seemed that he just got caught with a shot, one of those 1 in a million shots. That Bruno Surace dude, and they had fought at 169 too. That Bruno, with that first fight, they fought at 169. Bruno Mars Surace dude only had 5 KOs through 29 fights right now. So only 5. And Munguia was the 5th. So, I mean, Munguia, proved, I don't know what it was, maybe the weight cut. It was just a lucky shot. But, he did a lot better than Devin Haney in overcoming his fucking fears of what happened to him. But I think most of us then came to the conclusion that, Devin Haney probably actually had a broken jaw. I think that's the conclusion that a lot of us come to, that he really had a broken jaw. So if that's the case, that's understandable, because you don't want to get hit on that. You don't want to get hit on that jaw again. I definitely get it. So we don't know if Devin is going to be able to come back. I side would probably not. The way he fought, I think the best thing for them to do is to probably get back in the ring in a couple months and do it again. But what I seen from Devin, I think Ryan, I think Ryan destroyed him. And that could have just been a bad performance. That could have been jitters. That could have been switching the trainers and all of that. But honestly, I'm gonna talk about what Tim Bradley said too. But honestly, I gotta agree with it being a terrible weekend of fighting Devin. I'm not sure if he can overcome that. But we'll see. He made his ends in this shit, but Munguia, he overcame his fears. And he responded, but Munguia probably didn't have a broken jaw neither. And I'm just assuming Devin had a broken jaw because it looked like he had a broken jaw. He fought like he was coming off a broken jaw. So I think a lot of people don't understand when a lot of these athletes, they tear their ACL, they break a leg, they break a jaw, they break a collarbone or something like that. Like the mental hurdle to come back off of that. How do you trust that? How do you gain that trust? Even though a lot of times when them bones heal, sometimes you need a rod or something in there. Them bones heal, they heal stronger. If done right, they come back stronger. But it's the mental thing. And Munguia didn't really look like he had no fear. Munguia mentally jumped back in there. He fought a little bit more cleaner this fight. He was a little bit more patient. Maybe Bruno was looking for that one punch again, that magic punch again. But, Munguia looked good. Munguia, he took his time. He fought a little bit more control under Renato. I'd like to see him fight a little bit more off the jab. But Renato probably just told him to slow down. If you're going to fight in bursts, okay, fight in bursts. But don't think you can fight in these bursts like you're fighting in, and you ain't you continuously keep doing it at a high level, and you ain't gonna get slept. Yeah, homeboy, you gonna go to sleep. You gonna go to sleep, homeboy. And Munguia just took his time. He exploded when he needed to explode. But I like to see him continue to work off that jab a lot more. But a lot of those Mexicans, like in this picture right here, they tend to lead off. They want to lead off with right hooks, left hands, left hook, straight right hand. That's like how they train. You got to understand, when you lead off with them type of shots, if that opponent can just throw, he can just throw a good 1-2 and just throw it. He can knock you out because when you throw a lead shot, you're leaning into the shot. Think about it. You're leaning into you leaning. Look where his front foot is in this video. Just look where his weight is. It's all on his front foot. Look where his weight is. So think about it. Why wouldn't he? Why you think about how did he get knocked out last time? All Bruno Mars did was throw a basic 1-2. It wasn't nothing, because all your momentum is going into that shot like this. Your bottom hand is down like that. If Mars was able to land this jab right here and then bring this 2 up, he would have knocked Munguia out again. Munguia knocked himself out by leaning into that shot. But at this point, Munguia can't help. That's who he is. Munguia can't help who he is. At this point, Munguia is a guy that's going to continue to lead off with lead shots and not lead off with his jab. It's too late. So it comes with the risk when you lead off with a lead shot. And I remember Freddie Roach talking about it. He said he deliberately taught Pacquiao how not to lead off with a straight right hand. He said he taught him how not to do it because it's too much risk. Khan is a guy that does it a lot, and see what happened to him. You know, so once you start looking at that type of stuff, really the risk don't really match the reward. You keep doing it because it's really predicated on athleticism and timing. Once your athleticism stop off, you know, it's a wrap because you're really throwing these lead shots and you're really banking on your athleticism to get your head off the line like Roy Jones Jr. The jab provides a certain level of safety. If you throw a jab, I got to worry about slipping it, catching it, eating it, whatever, rolling it, you know, that jab it give you a minute. And guess what? Naturally, you throw a jab, you bring your hand back home. You probably going to try to come back with a right hand or whatever your backhand is. So Munguia leading off, they let him get a bad habit. He fell in love with it. You lead off, it's a lot of risk, and it's a lot of risk if that fighter know what he's doing. If that fighter is able to time you coming in, leading off, keep his hands up, and just know how to throw a 1-2, you're going to sleep because all your momentum is leading. All your momentum is leading into that punch. So he don't have to be a big puncher to knock you out. You see why he got knocked out. You don't have to be a big puncher. Because all force, the laws of gravity, if you lean and I just throw a punch, I throw a punch solid enough and you lean into it, your momentum is going to knock you out. I just got to throw a stiffy. No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein. That's it. I just got to throw a really stiff, solid punch. Your force is going to run into my hand, my backhand. Don't let my jab hit you. That's the one thing about it. When you leading off with shit like Munguia do, it opens you up. It opens you up to get knocked out. Ryan Garcia, left hook happy. Guess what happened? Once you catch that left hook, his backhand drop down. He get caught with a left hook. A lot of them guys that think defense in general coming off of that lead off, their defense is just luck and their athleticism. That's it. His head is right on that line when he throwing that lead right hook. He throwing that. His head is right on the line. Look how bad his defense is. All weight on his front foot. You know what I'm saying? If Mars tried to duplicate that shot again, he leaned into that shot. So Munguia got to, I think it might be too late for Munguia, but Munguia got to learn to cut the lead shit out. Get the jab going, start, and then use the lead punches as a change of pace. That was what I would recommend. But if he don't learn to lead off, in my opinion, if he don't learn to become more jab oriented, it's gonna be a long career. He's gonna get knocked out again. Because you move up in weight, you get a little slower. That's a fact. You get older, you get a little slower. Moving weight, you get a little slower. So Munguia got to learn basics. But you look at the leader over there at Team Canelo, he don't know the basics. He don't even know how to stop somebody that's moving. He don't have the common sense to get on his toes a little bit. Even if he don't get on his toes, he don't have the common sense to know how to just touch his opponent to the body. How to just touch him with the jab. He want to throw everything that's a power shot. And when you fighting a guy that's elusive like Skull was, he gonna see that from a mile away, especially you being short and stocky. So what you must do is close that gap. Close it with a nice peppering jab. Touch to the body, touch to the chest, touch to the heart. Before you know it, you start touching him. He moving like that. You pushing him off balance. Punching him to the chest while he moving. Now all of a sudden you pin him on the ropes, then you can get your power shots off. But just as simple as that. But it is what it is, man. Munguia had a solid performance, but if he gonna go long way in the super middleweight division, he better learn how to work off the jab. That's all I had that nigga doing in camp. Work off jab. Everything we doing is off a jab. 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, whatever. If I throw a 1, he want to throw a hook, throw a 1 in the hook. Everything I'm doing with this brother is off the jab, but he looked like he had any worries about getting knocked out last night for the most part. So shout out to Munguia, huge fan, man, hell of a fighter. But if you want to have a long career, he better start using that jab and depending on his skill, developing his skills and not off his athletic ability. I'm telling you, if a black trainer had Munguia and Amir Khan in the beginning of their careers, they'd be pound for pound one of the best fighters around. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all the notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Check out the Fight Reaction playlist. Oh, shout out to the brother. Let me say this real quick. I'm going to say this on the next video too. I ain't want to forget about you, player. I ain't forget about you. Give me 1 second. Shout out to Terrell Bay for donating. I appreciate you, bro. Much love. Peace.